Okay, this is going to be the base of my Santa hat that I'm making for my son. And it's going to be a Santa slouch hat. I know slouch hats are very popular right now. But I've never made one, so we're going to learn as we go and put this together for him. You need to make your beginning chain to fit the person that you're making the hat for. What I did, since my son wasn't here and he has a little bit of a smaller head than my husband does, I basically put the chain and I put it on my husband's head to kind of see. And if it was snug, then I was pretty sure. I did 66 chains for my son. As long as you do an even number, you can make it as little or as big as you like. So as you're finishing your round of the chain that you made for your working space, on any given row in this, you just slip stitch it together. You don't do any front post or back post to this particular stitch. You just make sure you're in the stitch. You want to be inside the stitch, not in the chain space, but in the stitch itself, so that you have the V on the top. Let me show you. And a piece of yarn on the bottom. See that there? That's what you're looking for. And then you just slip it closed, which is pull through and pull through. Now I'm going to do one more row. I did myself my chain. I chained up 3. I did my stitch that I'm going to teach you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. I did it 6 times already. I'm going to go ahead and make a 7th row. It might be too thick. I wish I had started filming after I had done 5 rows. I just really wanted you to see this, which is why I did it prior to showing you how to do the stitch. Look how thick. This stitch is such a thick stitch. And it is so simple. Once you get the hang of it, there's nothing to it. And look how pretty it is. It's just so squishy and thick and comfortable. It's going to be a very comfortable wearing hat. You can do many things with these stitches. And what they are, simply what they are, is front post, double crochet, back post, double crochet, front post, back post. That's all there is to it. So you chain up for your working space. I think I did 2. And then you just follow the pattern. So if you started down here, you slip stitched your number of chains together that you started your project with, and you chained up your 2, and you started with a whole row of double crochet all the way around. You just double crochet all the way around the first row. And then you slip stitch that row together right here. And your next row you chain up 2, and you start with a front post double crochet, and then you do a back post, front, back, right there, front, back, front, back. See that there? And then when you end, you're ending on this chain right here. You don't do anything to that chain except slip stitch, and it automatically becomes a back post. See that there? It makes it look perfect. Like you can't even tell you didn't do the back post. And all that row is your chain ups. That's why you have to make sure you're on an even number. If you're not on an even number, your project is not going to look fluid like this. You're going to be able to tell the difference. Okay, so you need to make sure if you're not on an even number, you back out and start over, or you're not going to like the end result of your project. Okay, so here's our last row. This is the very last row I'm doing. And I might end up taking it out because I really think I like this. But I'll put it on my husband's head and see what he thinks. Okay, so I've chained up, I'm ready to go, and my very first stitch, remember, was a front post. So once you've done your first row of double crochet and then your first row of front post and then back, front, back, front, back, front, back, you just follow it all the way up. From then on, you just follow what you did. So you yarn over, you insert your hook on the right hand side of the next stitch and come out the left hand side, yarn over and pull through a loop. Now you've got 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. That is a front post double crochet. Then you yarn over, and now you want to do the back one. See here, this is a back one. See how it's pushed out the other side? That's because we did it the back way. So you go behind your work and you come into that stitch from the right and you go out it from the left, yarn over and pull up your thread, and then you just finish your double crochet like normal. That's it. Yarn over, here you're back in the front. You go in through the right and out through the left. Yarn over and pull up your thread. Yarn over and pull up your yarn. Can you tell I'm sewing? I'm sewing right now. I'm mending a quilt that my mother-in-law made my husband. Yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over and pull through 2. Finish your double crochet. Do it again. Yarn over from the back, and you're on the right hand side of that stitch, and you come out through the left hand side of that stitch. Yarn over and pull up your thread. I'm going to keep saying thread, sorry. Pull up your yarn. You have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over and pull through 2. And you're just going to do this all the way around for as many rows as you want to finish your base of your Santa hat. And you try very hard to keep your same tension with a stitch like this. Well, you always try to keep the same tension, period. But you want to keep your same tension all the way around through every stitch. Otherwise, it would get tighter or looser. And see how there, if it's just sitting there, it's just perfectly square. That's what you're looking for. Okay, I'm going to give you just a little bit of an update on the hat that I'm making. So basically, so far, all I showed you was the ribbing. And I did the first row of double crochet, and then I did the front post, back post, front post, back post. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more times. So there's my ribbing. So I did 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Can you see my finger there? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 rows plus 21. So I started with a row of double crochet and I ended with a row of double crochet. And the reason why is right here is where I started my decrease. So I did, I started with a regular row of double crochet, and then every other row I did double crochet, back post, double crochet, back post, all the way across. No increasing, no decreasing, until I got the Santa hat as long as I wanted it. And I did 21 rows, alternating double crochet, the next row back post double crochet. I stopped on row 21. And then in my next row, I did decrease every other stitch. But from this point on, I'm going to show you a tutorial. I just really want you to see what I did. Okay, so then I just followed that little 3 pattern all the way to the end until I'm here. And it really I did it 1, 2, 3, and 4 times. So you did your white in a 5mm hook. And at the point of changing to red, I wanted it to be bigger and slouchier. And then and when you change to the red, you want to change to your 6.0mm hook. Okay, and then you're going to use this for the rest of the project. So I'm going to say that we're on, and we're going to do, let's just pretend we do a double crochet all the way across in every stitch, because that's what we did. And you know how to do this already. Hide your tail, so you don't have to sew it in later. If you like to sew it in, sew it in. It don't matter. Whatever works for you. Big enough so that when I do the decreases, you can actually see that I decreased. So that was actually the, we're at the, where we slipped together. So, oops, what did I do there? See, I was going to do a single crochet. Really don't want to mess my hat up, but I'm going to go inside that, so I hope I don't mess that stitch up. I'm doing that just so I don't mess my hat up. You want to make sure that you're in the stitches. Well, you do it however you want to do it, but the reason why this is so big right here is because I wanted my end real pretty. That's probably big enough. Okay, so then you come around, I'm going to pretend that I'm just doing my round, so I would chain up, you know, I'm at the end of my round, and then at this point I would be doing all my back posts. You already know how to do that, but I'm going to just show you. So every one across, you do a back post, and a back post is yarn over, insert your hook on the right hand of the stitch, come out through the back. You already know this because you did it in this edging. Yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two. You're going to do that all the way across in the second round of the red, and then in the fourth and the is regular double crochet. The fifth is back post. Oh, I've already shared that enough. You get what I did. But I'm going to get to this point so we can do the decrease. Okay, so in the rows, let's see what I did here. Hold on. In the rows of decrease, we did so we did the back post and then a row of double crochet and then the decreases. See that there? So we did the back post, a plain row of double crochet all the way across, and then we did the decreases. So I'm actually going to take these back posts out. You see how to do that there, so that I can do the decreases. Okay. So a decrease, let me get my yarn up here. So to do the decreases, so you've chained up your two, to do a decrease, what I did for this pattern, there's so many ways, we're going to learn so many different things. But to do a decrease for this pattern, what I saw looked best was I yarned over, inserted my hook, drew up a loop, went straight to the next one, inserted my hook, and drew up a loop. I have 4 loops on my hook. Pull through all 3, and then pull through 2, and then do a double crochet. Okay, and then do your decrease. So yarn over, insert your hook in the next stitch, yarn over, draw up a loop, go into the next stitch, yarn over and draw up a loop. You have 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through 3, yarn over and pull through 2. That's going to tighten your work up really well. Then do a double crochet, and then do a decrease. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over and draw up a loop. Go into the next stitch, which is the edge of what I have, yarn over and draw up a loop. You have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through 3, yarn over and pull through. Okay, there is your decrease. So it went from this wide now down to this wide. Okay, so and then you'd get to the edge of your round, you would chain up 2, slip stitch together, because you're going all the way around your project. Chain up 2, and then you're not going to turn your work, you're just going to work in the round, but I need to turn mine so I can do my little sample. And from the decrease is where you do your back posts. So yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch and come out through, so the post is on the back, and do your double crochet all the way around. Okay. well, that's going to look funny, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. Okay. So at this point would be, you would slip stitch your round, chain up 2. You would not turn your work, you would continue in your round and just do a double crochet all the way around. And I'll tell you, I did it without the double crochet. And if you're just doing a slouch hat, you're not doing a Santa hat, omit the row of double crochet and it will close up real tightly real quick. So you just do the back post, the decrease, the back post, the decrease. And after you get your slouch hat, as long as you want it, if it's not in red and white and you just want a slouch hat, you know, don't make this tail down here. Make it your slouch as long as you want, and then just bring it in minus the row of double crochet, and it brings it in really fast and closes up your hat. So it's a big round edge, you know what I mean? Maybe if you're interested, I could do a tutorial on that and finish up a hat like that, because my son, he mainly wears slouch hats. So anyways, and then you would just double crochet across. Get to your last one. Of course, yours in the round, not turning chains. You would slip stitch your round together, chain up 2, continue your round. And in this case right here, so we did our single crochet on, we did our decrease, we did our back post, single crochet, we got to do our decrease. We're not going to have a lot of room for a decrease. Go to your next stitch and then go into your chain here on the end, which yours wouldn't have this, you know, because you're working in your round. Okay, so there's your decreases. So what do we do? Double crochet, decrease, back post. So chain up your 2 and back post all the way till you have, see how quickly that did that? Yeah, I mean, you're only going to do, you know, 2 or 3. I think I did, what did I do? 1, 2, 3 sets, and I didn't even get to the 4th. I didn't even get to the back post of the 4th. Matter of fact, this would have been a back post, but I just didn't think that I had enough room for that. I mean, I guess I could. Let's try it. It's not like it's difficult. That's the part I love about yarn. So let me get my white, my white. Let me get my white working wand. Oh, Gina's a nut. Let's see what we can do here. Turn this like this so I can get my arm in here. Let me take that out. Let me do, it might look neat actually. Okay. So I went one little stitch too far because I need to slip this together. And let's do a back post all the way around. Let's see what it does. Or if we even can. I might like it better. You might like it better. It's tight, but it's doable. The last stitch might not be doable. I've never made a Santa hat, and I really wanted it for sure to be a slouch hat just because they're so popular right now. And it's really all my kid wears. I can't really call him a kid. He's a 28-year-old man with a family. But he's my kid. He's my baby. Okay. Yeah, it's tight. And I know I'm off over here to the side of you. Sorry. I don't know what that's really going to look like to you. And let's see if we can get one. Well, that is the edge. That is the edge. So let's make sure we get all the way up here to the top of our turning chain and slip stitch together. Let's see. Oh yeah, I like it. it just gives it a little bit more finish. I'm going to keep that. And I'm actually finished. Now I'm going to leave a quite long tail. I mean, like pretty long. Because I don't know how to tie in these balls that you make to put on the end. But there it is. There's the end of our little Santa hat. Yeah, I actually like that. Not that you're really going to see it because that ball is going to cover it, but it just gives you a little bit more weight to sew it in there. I like it. Do it however you like, but that's it. That's how you do the Santa hat. And I'll insert pictures here as soon as I get the ball done. I have no idea how to do a ball. I could be totally off base, but this is what I think you do. Okay, I'm going to take a piece of red yarn and snip it, and I'm going to lay that red yarn right here inside this book. Now, a long time ago I seen this, but I don't know if I'm even remembering this right. And then you just take the color yarn that you want for your project, and you start on the end where it would normally be cut, and you like lay it there, right? Make sure that you're, sorry, I was out of frame. So you put your white yarn down on the edge of the book. You make sure your red yarn, or whatever color your project is, it doesn't, I mean, you know what I'm saying. And then you hold this kind of maybe off to the side a little bit, and you just start wrapping. And I'm going to hope it turns out. I really have no idea if it's going to turn out or not. And you wrap, 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 wrap. That's going to be a big old ball in it. Is that too big for that hat? And a lot of yarn. And you wrap. I mean, I'm not going to keep you here this long because it's a lot of wrapping. Like a lot of wrapping. That's too big, huh? That's going to take a lot of yarn. I wonder if I have something smaller. But anyways, you get the gist, okay? So, once you've wrapped it as many times as you want it, you tie up the red, keeping these tails so that you can tie it onto your project, which is why you pick red, so it's easily hid. And then once you're good and secure, you have it secure, you cut this end. And you know what I just thought of? This is smarter. Put the red on the other end. That way you have this room to cut through with your scissors. It would give you more room. Otherwise you're cutting up against the edge of your book. And then you have to make sure this is tied very, 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 very tightly. But I'm going to go try to find something smaller and make mine because I think this is just too much yarn. I don't know. I don't know how big, because that's a big old ball. Anyways, that's how you do it. And if any of you know how to do the, I can't even think of what they're called, pom-pom. Know how to do a pom-pom and I'm doing it wrong. I'm probably not going to make it today. Oh, how are you going to answer me? I've already made it and put it on here. I'm going to ask on Snapchat. So, hopefully I'll get an answer for us. Or I'll go watch a YouTube video. Figure it out. Okay, bye. Okay. Oh, I'm a little nervous. Okay, so I just kept winding and winding and winding and winding and winding. And what I used was my new 2015 Fall Tarte palette, eyeshadow palette, because it's a lot smaller than this book. This is the book I was using. So it's like a little over half and narrower as well. No, it's about the same depth. Okay, so if I'm doing this right, I'm going to finish at the bottom again, and I'm going to snip this off just a little bit longer so that, I don't know why. I just am. Okay. And then we tie. And I wish my husband was here. Although I think if I tie it any tighter, it's going to be... That's too loose. See that there? Too loose. What do I do now? What do I do now? That yarn is going to fall right out of that. I'm not even going to waste it because I know it's too loose. You've got to make sure that this is tight, tight, tight. Not the knot, the space. Okay. I don't think I'm going to be strong enough by myself. And I know it makes me sound weak. I realize that. But to hold it tight enough. No, I'm not. Because you need to hold this part tight and pull the project tight and be in the center. I still think it's just too loose. You see what I'm saying there? So I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to cut it here. I'm going to get me another piece of yarn. I'm going to thread it. I'm going to thread this yarn onto this tapestry needle. And I'm going to see without scratching my thing. Can I? Actually, what I'm going to do, it's tied. It's not going nowhere. Oh, I'm nervous. Okay. Let's just keep going, I guess. I'm trying not to disturb this other end over here. This end. Well, I guess while I'm doing this, I can talk to you about my eyeshadow palette. I'm pretty sure I did a tutorial on it on my other channel. Certainly welcome to go see it. I'll insert something here. What I want to do is my fingers in there, making sure I get it all. I'm going to put that red yarn through here in the same space. And now that it is out of the yarn baller, I'm making sure, I'm not sure you're in view. I need to move you so you can see. So now that it is out of the yarn baller, I'm going to really tighten up this knot. Yeah, much better. See how much looser that got? So I'm going to tighten, 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 tighten. That might be the way you're supposed to do it. I don't know. Tighten, tighten. I don't want to lose that. And then, you know what? I think I'm going to do it again. I'm not going to just waste this. I'm going to do what I just did and untie this knot. It'll be more double secure. And just tighten this one up as well. And then make sure that they're all together. The knots at the same place. Okay, didn't mean to do that. Okay, so here we go. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tie these together too now, just for some more security. Hope I didn't just break that. No, I didn't. Okay, let me get my good scissors out. I think everybody should have a good pair of scissors. I have the Geiger, I don't even know how to say it, Geiger. Holding this, go the opposite way, and hope we made it big enough. Stick your scissors in there. I'm nervous, and just start cutting tightly. Yeah, I don't think I got enough. Make sure your yarn ball is as big as you want it. Because I didn't really want it dangly, I wanted it to be a tight ball. It's cute though. Make sure you get all your little edgies. I don't like this one. This must be the one I started with. Clean her up. Get her how you want her. And tie her on. So, here's the moral of the story. Put like a triple what I had on there if you want it a really tight ball. You know what I mean? Because this is going to be more like the little dangly. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my smaller hook. And I'm going to find the back. Okay, we're right in the back. See the back's right down the center. And I'm going to insert my hook on the right hand side and pull in these and pull them back through. And then on this side, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to pull them through this way into the middle of a stitch, yarn over, and pull through my edgies so that they're now inside the hat, and tie. Now, here's what you're going to do. You're going to tie it twice so that it's good and tight. You're going to bring your hook in. At this point you probably want to get the bigger one because you got to have enough room. And bring it all the way in the hat. Hang on to these. Bring it all the way into the hat, all the way down here at the end. It's a big old hat. He better enjoy this. But knowing him, he will. I'll insert a picture of it here. And yarn over all 4 of those and just pull them through. And then this was your tail that you still need to work in. It's just a tail. You don't have the freedom not to work that in. I'm going to pull that through as well. And I'm going to work it in from the underside. Okay. And I'm going to take this little sample out because you know how to do it now. And I really don't want to hurt the edge of my hat. So I did it kind of loose. And there is the finished hat. I don't know that I might not take this off and put one of them little tight ones. But it's cute, but it's a boy. So he might be like, what is that, Mom? I like it. Especially because it's a slouch hat. But he might want the little tight ball. He might not want the ball at all, but it's like a little Santa beard. Santa baby. Oh, sorry. I do that. You're going to learn that on this channel because I do it on the other channel. I can't help myself. Cute. Hope you enjoyed this. And if you have any questions, if I wasn't clear on something, just write a comment below and I'll do my best to help you out. But so simple, so fast. I did this part in one evening. I wasn't feeling really well, so I just did that. Then the next night I watched I watched 2-hour shows. So this part of the bag took about 2 hours. And this part of the bag it didn't take an hour. Maybe 45 minutes. So, but I had never done it before, so I was figuring out the pattern, how I wanted to do it. And I would say easily your first time around, allow yourself a couple of hours, maybe 2.5. If you have made it before, I bet you could whip this thing out in 2 hours. And there you go. And so just grab you some yarn and put your TV on and enjoy. Bye. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. Let's see, I'm going to get a cute little picture of it. Let's see if I can do that. If anybody knows a good way to get thumbnails, let me know, because all I do is I pause my computer and take a snapshot of my screen, and I wish I had a better way. I just don't know what I'm doing. But anyways, there's my Santa hat. Okay. Bye-bye.